Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews, Hammer Productions Night. Tonight's review is Hammer House of Horror, Episode 2, The 13th Reunion.
Now, this episode of this series is the second episode and is directed by Peter Sasdy, who was a veteran of Hammer films prior to directing this episode. Performances in this are fairly good. A lot of the supporting characters don't get a lot of anything to do, so that doesn't matter with their performance. But the lead in this is Julia Foster, and she plays the character of Ruth very well. And I really liked her in that role. She was highly likable in her character. And I also liked her chemistry alongside Gerard Kelly's Andrew in there. And it just sucks that they are really close and they are working together to solve this mystery of this friend of hers that she met at this weight loss thing that was killed in a car accident, supposedly. And her and Andrew begin investigating because they believe it was very suspicious, let's say. And their connection, together, talking together and having their little dialogue, they got really great chemistry together. And it's really great while they're together investigating this. It's when they veer off and have Andrew just disappear from the story, at around the 30-minute mark, I would say, that it loses a lot because it's just following Ruth, and they have one little moment again with Andrew prior to the ending, and that's it. And it sucks because they were so good together, and the storyline was really well done while they were working together. And then there's the odd title of this episode, which I was watching it for a whole 50 minutes before I realized that the 13th Reunion? Nothing in this hints to that title. What is with that title, And it's not until like the last 5 minutes of this episode that that title is revealed in some big twist. And it is the stupidest twist I've ever seen, because the story has been hinting toward these workers at the cemetery grave robbing, basically. And supposedly, they're assuming Ruth is, with her subordinates, that they're taking the bodies and selling them on the black market for the body parts so that they can use them for surgeries and everything to give new body parts to people who have lost limbs or something. And that is a weird enough storyline as it is, but what we get, it's not telegraphed. There's nothing earlier in this story that makes it hint toward, oh, I see what's going to happen. I can see where this is heading. Nothing. This bullshit twist just comes out of left field, and it just does not feel earned. And hence the title is just, it doesn't fit this story at all, even though the ending does have that in it. But we do have a really good portrayal other than Ruth and Andrew, with the character of Willis, as played by James Cosmo. And James Cosmo is an actor that I first saw in Braveheart, of course, and he was just awesome in that role. And later on, I realized that he was in Treasure Island film, and that was pretty neat to find out that he was in that. But seeing him in this, it was interesting because he gets to go through different aspects of a personality. In his first scene, he's only in 3 scenes, but in his first scene, he's playing this really asshole and really, judgmental physical trainer for these supposedly heavy set women here. And he just is off the charts, just, berating them and everything. And inappropriately and everything. And does great in that. He's excellent in that. And then a sequence later, he's more kind and understanding. Of course, this is a ruse. And later on, you see him in another scene where he is totally evil and a killer, basically. And it's really cool to see him go through those three different little variations on this character that he's playing in here. And but the real thing that really blew this thing out of the water for me right from the start, though, was Ruth is directed by her superior as a reporter to report on this weight loss group. And, she's supposed to be going in there undercover wanting to, because she's supposed to be overweight. Julia Foster is probably 120 pounds at the most. There's nothing overweight about this actress. Not one thing. Now, they try to dress her in her meeting with her superior early with these heavier clothes and everything, but as soon as she arrives at this weight loss facility, she drops all that shit, and you can see that she is a well-built, fairly thin woman, and it just falls apart. Everything falls apart that she would be in there and everything. So I just didn't understand why, number one, if you're going to do a storyline like that, why would you cast, Julia Foster's great in the role, but why would you cast somebody that's thin in the role if you're going to play it as if that character is supposed to be overweight? It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me. But like I said, her performance alongside Gerard Kelly is excellent. I just wish they had more screen time in this episode. And, of course, the twist ending sucked. I did not like the way this one ended. So, my final review for the Hammer House of Horrors, Episode 2, The 13th Reunion. I am going to give this one a 8.5. out of 10. It's not a bad episode. Peter Sasdy directs this really well in a lot of spots, and you really get that real Hammer vibe about it, but man, they really botched it with the whole title and that stupid twist reveal at the end. But what do you think of this episode? Have you seen it? If you have, do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fans Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up on the channel for all other subscribers. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies, TV series, or ranking videos on this channel, become a Plus member. Well, that's it for another Hammer Productions Night. If you missed last week's Hammer Productions Night, check out the link up here to get caught up on that one. Or if you missed any of the other Hammer Productions Night, be sure and check out the playlist right here to get caught up on any of them that you have missed.